Jimmy, when you went back through the video of Sunday night, what were some of the encouraging signs you took out of the ability to move the ball and what you guys did out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think the overall operation and really the ability to run the ball, really were some extreme positives that we had, and with a ton of first downs, and that's at times is where we have struggled, early on this season. Well, at times running the ball. So for us, it's extremely encouraging, and we're just gonna keep pressing it and keep getting better.
Knowing how different the Bengals are in the way they play, do you sense there's much more opportunity this week to stretch the passing game a little bit?
Yeah. It's they play a lot of man, and they come down and they press you. So you have to win your one-on-one matchups and create these windows for yourself. Unlike last week, which was a lot of zone, a lot of guys sitting on stuff, just ready to crash down. So we got to be ready for that and be prepared for that mix-up in zone as well.
Would you say that this upcoming week is going to look more like the offense will look this season than last week did? It seemed like last week was a very opponent-specific game plan that might not translate to weeks 2, 3, 4, all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's week one, obviously, and we're still grinding to get better and to find our identity, within the system, and so I know that we're going to keep pressing forward, and I'm excited to see, how we're going to jump, in the run game and then in the play action game, and so excited to see those improvements. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So we're going to keep hammering at it, and internally, we know what we need to do, and we know the improvements we need to make, and we're surely about to go out there and do that right now.
Jimmy, is there anything you learned about Andy that maybe you didn't know before going into the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean his command in the huddle. I mean he knows what he wants, and he gets it out quick, and gets guys lined up exactly where they need to go. He's a true pro. He really is, and excited to see him get even more comfortable as well into week 2. That's I mean I've been in some huddles with some pretty good quarterbacks, so that's something that really stands out is his ability to command a huddle and be clear and concise on what we have to do, because I mean this is a pretty complex offense. There's a lot. I mean I've been in some pretty complex offenses, so it's one of those things where play clock is ticking ever so quickly, and the ability for the quarterback to relay the formation, the play calling with all our emotions is a big pivotal part of being a quarterback in this type of system. So it's very impressive to see. Obviously, going on the road in such a hostile environment, our first game, and not coming home and looking to make that an extreme advantage, especially with these fans.
You played against your former team before. Do you think it's going to be a regular game for him, or is there a little bit something extra that he's playing against the team he was with for a decade?
I mean, it's always extra for me, but yeah, I think for him, he had he played him last year. So for him, I think a lot of that has kind of worn off, and he's just ready to go and get established and show improvement for us all. Running and just overall as an offense. So I'm excited that I don't think it's really going to bother him too much. I think he's just going to be focused on improving as a whole in week 2.
Jimmy, you pointed out that. Go ahead.
Giving Justin some snaps. Nagy says that was all part of the plan, but how does that impact the offense when Dalton's coming out and then Justin comes in, and how did he handle all of that? How did you guys handle all of that?
Yeah, I mean Andy handled like a pro. I mean that's what he is, and we believe in coaching, we believe in the system. So we just in this offense and on this team, it's always next man up. So when there's a guy in there's for a reason, and we're all about it. Obviously, he had his first touchdown, which was pretty cool to see, and my guy JP was leading the way, which is even better to see. So I told him he needs to work on his touchdown celebration to make sure it's something marquee. So
You've talked about him the whole time you've been here. The way that you talk about him, sounds like he's older than he actually is. The way that it feels, the way that he carries himself. What did you see from him in that regard on Sunday?
Yeah, he's focused, completely focused on being being a pro. And obviously he's got a good room of some guys who have played a lot of ball and won at every level. So, it's interesting to see, especially his first, how calm he is. Even in the pregame, just how relaxed he is throwing the ball is pretty impressive to see.
I mean, you point out that it's a long season, and it is, but you guys saw last year how quickly things can get away from you. Does the urgency kick in this early after a game like that? Do you sit here and say, this has to be turned around now?
Yeah, well, I mean, the urgency is always on when you lose a game. It doesn't matter if you got that first loss week 12. I've been a part of some teams that have won a lot of games, and even at one loss is it's always a sense of urgency. It is a marathon, obviously, but this is the one, this is the one league where you have to perform quickly, and so we're all very very aware of that, and excited to come home, excited to be back in Chicago with fans, and myself, here with fans for the first time, to feel the city and to get the crowd into it, and to get our defense just rushing off the edge. So for us, it's that's what we're focused on, more or less, not pressure, but urgency. We understand, what's at hand here, and, how important this week is to get some momentum and to get in the win column.
Jimmy, what strikes you about Dave Montgomery? His running style, his work ethic behind the scenes. What's impressed you since you got in the building here?
Montgomery said?
Yeah.
Oh, his unwillingness to go down. He's got supreme balance, and he's hungry, man. He runs hungry. Every day, here at work. I've got to see him behind the scenes really work on his body as well. To stay healthy, and the work that he puts in the weight room is pretty impressive.
Jimmy, what about him personally? I imagine, coming off kind of a disappointing week one for the team and for you, that you would like to see yourself as a bigger part of this offense going forward?
We'll see. I'm always ready and always willing, so we'll see.
Jimmy, the catch you did have down in the red zone against Ramsey seemed to really fire you up. Can you just kind of take us through your adrenaline surge you had?
Yeah, first catch of the season, and obviously kind of a big moment because they called timeout, and I'm pretty sure they told everybody where the ball was going, and we just called the same play again. So that's always encouraging, and hopefully I get some more one-on-one opportunities, moving forward, and can capitalize like that.
Obviously, standing on the sideline isn't what you're used to doing. How do you keep yourself and obviously you're engaged, but what do you do?
Yeah, stay warm for sure. I'm getting old, so no, it's I'm always in it for my guys. It's Cole. Cole's getting a lot of snaps, and so I'm always ever present to make sure that I'm ready when needed. Especially. Especially if he gets tired, and I'm always there encouraging him, and telling him what I see, and all my guys, Jesse and JP, we're all just kind of one unit, and so we're all leaning on each other.
Jimmy, Cole's in a kind of unique position that he's a second-round draft pick in the city where he grew up. I know you've been a mentor for him on the field, with on-the-field stuff, but what kind of advice do you give him about off-the-field stuff, handling, kind of the hoopla that...
Yeah, well, I'm always giving him advice. I can't talk about all that, but, he's got a great support system, already as it is. He's got he's got great parents and a great family that loves him and has guided him in so many ways that are extremely positive. It's been really impressive to see, kind of how he was raised, and the young man that he is, and not only on the field, obviously, but off the field, and even what he's done, his personal life. So I'm always in his ear, but he's got he's got the ultimate ear at home. So.
Jimmy, you mentioned you've been around some great quarterbacks. Have you ever had a situation where somebody would run on for a play, or 2 plays, or 3 plays? And what's the challenge of everybody else on offense when that wrinkle does come in?
Yeah, it's that's why we practice. It's something that we're not prepared for. I say at times it's different when there's a quarterback that comes in that hasn't practiced all week. But these plays are being practiced, and we're focused for it. And I haven't really been a part of that, but I know Nolan's been doing it for the last couple of years, and they've been pretty successful. So I just we're just gonna just, you know, lean on the game plan and you know, be ready and you know, the more we practice, the better, so.